Dino Fury was the last Power Rangers series and, surprisingly, it was one of the most successful series despite the major cultural change we have experienced in recent years. Many may think that Dino Fury was not the last series, since the last season was Cosmic Fury, but the reality is that Cosmic Fury is the third season of Dino Fury, so they are the same series. To avoid confusion, when we talk about series, we are referring to each team and not each season. For example, the Mighty Morphin series had 3 seasons, but all those seasons are part of the same series, even though some team members changed. Now that we have explained this, we can continue with the explanation about Dino Fury, which also had 3 seasons and was the only one that did so with the same team members from start to finish. Obviously, there is a big difference in the number of episodes, as Dino Fury had 54 episodes in total and Mighty Morphin had 145 episodes, a difference of more than 90 episodes. We are making this small comparison for 2 reasons. The first is that these are the only 2 series that had 3 seasons, and the second reason is that the number of episodes was important to the success of Dino Fury. When Power Rangers began, television was very different, and streaming platforms did not exist. This meant that if a television program was on at 4 p.m., then you had to watch it at that time, and if you didn't make it in time, then you would never be able to see that episode again. Because everything was broadcast on regular television, series were created without an ending, since as long as the series had enough viewers, they could keep milking it. In this modern era, everything is created in short seasons, which gives franchise owners greater control, since if the series doesn't generate much revenue, they don't create a new season. The reality is that the case of Dino Fury is a little different because since Hasbro bought the franchise, their vision was to do a reboot and stop everything. Dino Fury was possibly not in Hasbro's plans, but because everything was being delayed with the reboot, they decided to create the first season of the series. The same thing happened with the second season, which the series producer officially confirmed was not in the plans, but because the reboot was not ready, Hasbro decided to make it. The case of Cosmic Fury is quite similar, but because Hasbro no longer wanted to continue investing in something they were about to cancel, they decided to shorten the season and only created 10 episodes. Despite this, these 10 episodes were a total success, and that was due to all the major changes that were made. Dino Fury also had major changes, even though many people didn't notice them, but they were changes that contributed to the series' success. One of these changes was that they significantly reduced the silly comedy, which gave the series a bit more seriousness. We know that every Power Rangers series has some characters who provide the comedy, and Dino Fury also had those characters, but they never had as much prominence as in previous series. Another thing that contributed to the success of Dino Fury is that they used some elements from the most famous team in the franchise, the Mighty Morphin. The theme was very similar, the number of members on the team, the colors were very similar, and they even added one of the most important villains from Mighty Morphin, Lord Zed. Despite all these similarities with Mighty Morphin, the story of Dino Fury was very different, and I think this was the biggest contributor to the success of this series. Starting with the Morphin Masters and Rangers who came from another planet, but who also came from the past, were excellent ideas to make the story more interesting. The Morphin Masters first appeared in Mighty Morphin, but at that time, these characters were not given much importance. This is why many people think that the Morphin Masters first appeared in Dino Fury, but this was not the case. Despite this, Dino Fury delved deeper into the story of the Morphin Masters, showed them much more, and introduced us to beings that looked very different from those we saw in Mighty Morphin. The entire story of the Morphin Masters contributed greatly to the success of the series, as we were able to begin to better understand the Morphin grid, something that had rarely been explained and that still left much to be understood. Another factor that made Dino Fury a successful series was the actors and characters. The characters are a very important part of any series, as the audience must connect with them in order to connect with the story. It doesn't matter if the story is impressive, if the characters don't connect with the audience, then no one will care about the story. The same thing happens with the actors. Sometimes there are characters who are excellent, but unfortunately, they are played by actors who don't work, and this causes no one to connect with the characters. One of the things I liked about Dino Fury was the overall theme, including their powers, costumes, weapons, and dino keys. This needs to be broken down into parts, as the theme involves many things, and each of these things has very important details. Let's start with the costumes, which are some of the bests we've seen in the entire history of Power Rangers. These costumes fit perfectly with the theme of the series, which is dinosaurs, and the whole design is perfect. The helmets look spectacular, especially the visor, as they have designs that look like teeth. One of the things I like most about the costume is the lightning bolt on the chest, which gives it a modern and aggressive style at the same time. We know that all these designs and themes come from Sentai, but this is still part of the series and we must analyze it. Another thing I liked about the theme was the keys, a very powerful piece that gave the Rangers special armor so they could have different incredible abilities. The best thing about these keys is that I was always curious to know what new power the Rangers were going to get. All these new powers changed the story a lot and made everything more interesting. One very important thing about the theme is the transformation, and Dino Fury has one of the most impressive transformation sequences in the entire franchise. The special effects, the movements, from start to finish, everything is impressive and captures your full attention. This also includes the music from the series, because even though it's not one of the best Power Rangers songs, it's still a very good song. We know that the Cosmic Fury theme changed a bit, but even though many fans didn't like some things about the new theme, I liked everything. One of the most controversial things was the costumes, as it was the first time that Power Rangers created original costumes that weren't from Super Sentai, and that's where all the controversy began. The Cosmic Fury costumes were very different, and although some things could have been improved, overall I thought they were very good costumes. The best change that the new theme brought to Cosmic Fury was the weapons, as each Ranger had a unique weapon, something that Dino Fury didn't have, as they all had the same sword. These new weapons were impressive, and some can be ranked among the best weapons in the entire history of Power Rangers. An important contribution Cosmic Fury made to the success of the entire series is that in that season, the producers decided to create a continuous story, something that no Power Rangers series had done before. This means that if you didn't see the first episode, you can't watch the second episode, as everything is connected and it's all part of the same story. One of the most important things that contributed to the success of this entire series was the story of Zyto and Amelia. These two characters were impressive, their stories were very deep, and their changes were very surprising. Dino Fury could be one of the best series in the entire history of the franchise, and it is an honor that it was the series that closed the 30-year era of Power Rangers.